Hello again, my name's Tanis. I'm a knitter and multi-crafter based down at the south end of Hampshire in the UK, and I'm here to talk to you about all my knitting escapades and a little bit of books and stuff. Right at the end, I'm a little bit all over the place today because I'm downstairs. I'm usually recording this upstairs, but the light is terrible. Also, my cat's asleep in that room and she gets annoyed if I talk too loudly in there. But one of the finished things I wanted to show you was, now I know everyone's made 20 of them, but I made a Sophie scarf to use up some deep stash yarn that wasn't really my colour. It was like purples going into greys and it had a bit of sparkle in it. It's actually really pretty, but just not really my thing. So I managed to get 2 Sophie scarves out of 100-gram DK ball, and it was King Cole Cascade yarn, I think. Anyway, I thought, I don't know who's going to want the yarn. I don't know if anyone's passed the yarn on to it, and it was a little bit starting to come a little bit unravelled where it had been sitting in stash for so long. So I'll whip up a Sophie scarf, and then I realised I had enough for 2. So one I've donated to my local knitter natter group has a craft fair to raise funds for the group, to maintain the group, and that's coming up in December, a couple of weeks away. So I gave one to them to sell on their stall, and one I put to one side to send to someone, and then stupidly I've told you about it, haven't I? And I've put it in a safe place, and we all know what that means. It means it's poof, lost and gone forever. So I'm kind of hoping, and I have turned this house upside down. All my little crafty nooks and crannies have been thoroughly dived into, and it's just nowhere. I don't know what I've done with it. I'm quite miffed with myself. Anyway, I'm kind of hoping by recording this, I'll just magically open one of my mini project bags that I've already opened half a dozen times today, and it will just pop out. Because that's the way it works, isn't it? It's like going to the dentist or the doctor. As soon as you get there, as soon as you get in the chair, you're all right. Now, I have finally finished my Let It Shine socks, which don't show up brilliantly well on camera. There you go. Oh, see, they've got this pretty little stitch pattern. I'm not massively keen on the yarn. It's too much. It's too many colours for me, and they're all sort of purpley tones, so not really my cup of tea. Although it knits up beautifully. I think it's Pixie yarns, and her yarns always feel really lovely and soft. It's just this yarn came from a Sock Saturday group with Handmade Studios, who have now closed their bricks and mortar shop and have become like a kind of roving shop. It's quite fun. And they're online too, of course. But yeah, with that, you would get a ball of indie dyed yarn and a sock pattern, and you didn't know anything about either of them on the Saturday, and then you'll start knitting it together. And this one, I love the pattern, but I no fault of the dyer, because you know, it's just not my cup of tea. So I don't know, I'm in two minds for these socks. Anyone who sees them really likes them, but they're just not my cup of tea. So I could just wear them under trousers and boots and things, or I could try and find someone to palm them off on. I say palm them off, there's nothing wrong with them. They're pretty colours. It's just I'm not a very pretty person, as you can see. So yeah, that's my first little thing done. I've got a stack of stuff here, and I'm going to just dive in and out of it willy-nilly. I think when we get to the bit where we've got books, you might have to see me stand up and go and get one, because I've left one over there. Or I could pause, couldn't I? Whatever, you don't care. Next up, oh, I'll get the old sock blocker out again for this. The Samphire socks. These are a Helen Stewart sock pattern from a secret sock society from about 1943. I'm really bad at like signing up for things like that. I think, right, well, I can do that. I can knit a pair of socks in a month. and then I'll cast on the new pair every month, and it will all be beautiful, and I'll have a lovely big collection of socks. And then a few years have gone by. I haven't even started most of them, but these are lovely. Again, the yarn is a bit too busy for the texture pattern, but it has got this really beautiful texture pattern along here, and it's all kind of like almost like fronds of grass in the water. It's really pretty. The yarn is by Gerard at I Knit London, who's no longer dyeing yarn and no longer has the shop because of evil developers. But we won't go into that again because I've gone on about that many a time. So the first sock is finished and has been finished for quite some time. The second sock, ta-da! I've done the leg, I've turned the heel, I'm on the foot. We don't have a lot more to do, and I just need to crack on and get going with it. So that's good. I'm quite pleased with the progress of that. Look, I've got tons of the yarn left. I need to concentrate more on working out what to do with scraps of yarn. I went to another local yarn shop recently. His name escapes me. My Yarnery in Havant. And she sells mainly Rico Designs yarns. A few other, I mean, she does other brands as well, but the Rico one seems to be quite dominant there. But they do their own sort of kid silk mohair type thing, and it's pretty damn reasonable. So I bought quite a few balls of that to combine with leftover sock yarn, and I thought I could just knock out loads of Sophie scarves and just keep them in hand for impromptu gifting, which is never a bad thing, is it? A few little gifts to hand. I'm just going to fling things in that basket where that thing's supposed to be. Oh, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So, on those Let It Shine socks, this is all of the yarn I've got left. I mean, it's tons of it. Absolutely tons of it. I reckon there could be 50 grams there. And it's a waste, isn't it? Because it will just linger forever in my stash if I don't cast something on pretty sharpish. So this one, Kid Mohair, doesn't have a colour name. It's colour number 8. Oh, this is Adriafil. Yeah, that's the other thing. She has a lot of Adriafil. Kid Mohair. And it was pretty cheap for mohair. In fact, it was cheaper in there than the Yarnsmith's own brand Kid Mohair, which I thought was pretty amazing. I'm waffling, not showing it to you. So that's the label if you want to purchase yourself, and it feels lovely. But I thought, because I'm really not a purpley lilac-y person, but I thought this held with that will bring out more of the blue tones in here and calm down some of the purplishness, maybe. I don't know, but we're going to find out. So if I cast that on before I next see you, I can show you if that's a disaster, darling, or if it's actually genius. Oh, this I've already shown you. This is for my Etsy shop. This is a variation on the classic Miss Marple scarf. Someone did a knit along for Miss Marple scarves either earlier this year or last year, and it was massively popular, and it totally passed me by. But this is my own variation on, I mean, we call them Miss Marple scarves, but they're just a keyhole scarf, aren't they? So one end threads, there's like a channel you make on one end of the scarf, thread through the other side, bob's your uncle, fanny's your aunt, and all that, like this. Here we go. Should I have a little bit of music on hold there? You can see why my cat gets irritated with me, can't you? Is that where I'm singing her songs about fish? It's nice, if I say so myself. I think that's très bon and joli. Anyway, that's gone in my Etsy shop already. so I shouldn't yank it like that, should I? I should be treating it more gently. But I've gone all panicky over time. So as you start recording, you start thinking, oh, how long have I been banging on for? Will people turn off in abject boredom? But they seem to do that anyway. However long I waffle on or not. I made another little project bag, but although it's very beautiful, I love these colours, really love these colours. And this fabric is so gorgeous. I bought that in a D-stash, and it's padded, so it's all squishy and delish, and it's like sock yarn project size, but you can definitely get 2 skeins in there. And like what I was doing foolishly when I made this was give myself a bit of a time challenge. I don't know why. I do know why. It's because I'm an idiot. But I was just thinking, how quickly could I just bang one out? If I needed to just bang one out really quickly, how quickly could I do that? And it turns out I can do it fairly quickly, but you end up making mistakes, like a big pleat on the bum. So I've got to see if I might be able to press that out so that it's not so noticeable. And look, my seams didn't match at the bottom or on the sides. So yeah, although it is possible, perfectly possible, to bash out a project bag quickly, what you end up with is a shoddy bag. So this shoddy bag is now my shoddy bag, which I'm not, it's not a disaster because I actually really, really like this fabric. But it is a disaster in that that was the last, I think, the last little bit of that fabric. I might have enough for doing one more, but in a sort of variation of that. But yeah, that was a really stupid idea. But that's me. I've also finished a cowl. Oh my gosh, this is so lovely. This is also with yarn from, and I've lost the blooming bit of paper now. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. No, it's not, that's a bookmark. This is also yarn from my yarnery. And this, believe it or not, if you could feel it, you wouldn't believe it. This is a cotton DK. And it feels just like wool. And this is the Pink Pop cowl by Karen Fernandez of Beautiful Knitters. And it's a free, it's still a free pattern. I downloaded it as a free pattern a couple of years, well, in the pandemic actually. And it's just the most beautiful thing. I love this stitch pattern. In fact, these this stitch design is used in a sock design by Helen Stewart as well, Curious Handmade. So yeah, if you don't fancy making a cowl with an all-over pattern, she's got one where it's got just like a panel in the middle. It's really lovely, and because it's DK, it knits up lovely and quickly. It's just got this really simple garter cast on, and it looks, if I say so myself, I think it looks smashing on. So you can have the blue up near your face or the pink. I can't remember what this yarn's called. I think, oh, it's called Cotton Power. Cotton Power. And that's a I can't say it now. Rico Creative Cotton Power DK. And that was, I think, about £7 a ball, something like that. Oh, it's so lovely though. It's so soft and squishy and a little bit fuzzy. It's just such a lovely sort of comfort thing, and you can pop it over your head a bit, keep the old ear holes nice and toasty. Oh, because I hate that when you get the wind whistling around your lugs, which is not pleasant. Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with that, and I'm quite tempted to make more of them, which is always my thing. Of when I really enjoy making something, I immediately want to cast on another one. Oh, absolutely delighted. I love the yarn, and it's very sort of pastel-y colours, and I think all of the shades in that colour, in that yarn range, were all sort of pastel-y colours, and there wasn't a lot to choose between them, to be honest. They all had sort of varying shades of pinky, bluey, greeny tones. far as I can remember. And I think one tended more towards the beigey end of things, but that still had some pinkiness to it. So yeah, if you like those sort of colours, if you like those sort of faded pastels, that would be your fella. But it knits beautifully. It's an absolute delight to make. I've got 3. Oh, I'm trying to move all of my snoods on my Etsy shop are made from acrylic yarn. Le voila. This is one I'm in the middle of making, your classic black. But I'm trying to move away from acrylic, obviously, to cotton. But I have an awful lot. I have an awful lot of yarn here to get through. And I don't have enough storage space to buy cotton and store that at the same time as having the acrylic. So what I'm going to do is, as I run out of the acrylic, I will only replace it with cotton. So eventually I'll only be making natural fibre snoods. I don't make any in wool because of wool sensitivity issues, and the people that buy my snoods don't necessarily seem to know about looking after pure wool products, because although the people who love vintage, a lot of them know very well how to look after things that are made of natural fibres, but not everyone does. So for ease, I used to, because the unit price is cheaper for acrylic, I used to make them all out of acrylic. Now I'm going to make them all out of cotton. I'm waffling on just to show you, look, these are my new cotton colours. Cotton colours, Lord above. This is called soft pink because this is a pink and this is a soft pink. This one is called Celeste Blue. Now these yarns, this is a 4-ply, 100% cotton yarn. It's so soft. I find cotton can be quite hard to work with if it's a thicker yarn. If it's like a DK, I'm making a top out of DK cotton yarn at the moment and I'm really not enjoying it. But 4-ply I'm okay with, and this is from Woolly Knit and it's beautiful quality. And this is a camel brown. I won't dwell on those too long because I know you find it dull. But yeah, just to say, really, if you're looking for some cotton 4-ply, I would definitely have a look at Woolly Knit. They have a really nice wool linen mix as well, and I think those cones of cotton are £10–15 for 400 grams. I think they were £15 each for 400 grams. I thought was pretty amazing. So I'm really delighted with that, and that's who I'll be going with as my yarn supplier. I was going to say du jour, but it'll be de life. This is a big bag of sock scraps that I've paired together to make, because when I'm working from home, because I work for myself and I work for someone else as well, but I only do that like very early in the mornings. I mean, sometimes I start work at 6 in the morning because it's kind of up to me when I log on, up to about 8 o'clock really. I need to get going by then, but I can log up in before then if I'm up and ready, and that's just all the better for them really. So it's quite chilly up there that time of the morning, and I just felt like I needed a little pair of fingerless gloves, and I know I've got some somewhere. Where the chuff are they? We don't know. So I thought I'd get all my little scraps of sock yarn together and pair them together and make Cranford Mitts. Now, I don't know if I haven't printed the pattern, which is annoying, and I can't show it to you because I'm recording on my phone and the pattern's on my phone, which is the big problem with a digital age. And Louise Tilbrook was talking about this in her Substack blog just today, about whether you're a printed pattern person or a digital person. And I like a printed pattern because I don't want to have to keep looking at my phone, I don't have to keep refreshing the screen all the time. I don't want it keep binging and bonging at me. Even when you've got the sound turned off, you can still see things coming through. And I just don't want to be, have my phone out all the time. But a paper pattern, I can just have a lovely cup of hot chocolate and knit away and listen, watch something on YouTube and just have a lovely, lovely cozy time. And I put my phone, sometimes I just switch it off, but I'll put it in a handbag or something and just forget about it. But if my pattern's on the blooming phone, then we're stuck, aren't we? Anyway, all that to say, I've cast on these Cranford Mitts. It's quite a busy pattern, so I don't know if I will make any more of them. And I'm also kind of almost thinking about frogging them, because I'm not really a lacy pattern kind of woman. So I'm sort of tempted to carry on. Part of me thinking, shall I just carry on with these but knit the main part just plain? But also I'm thinking, don't just give up on things, Tanis, because there was a woman who used to go to the I Knit London group called Marion. I bet a lot of you follow her on Instagram, because she does do some lovely knitting. But she used to knock these out like Billy-O. She used to make loads of them, and I think she used to like give them to charity, you know, donate them for, or sell them or whatever, to raise money for charity. For because the pattern was sort of kind of sponsored by Medicines Sans Front. I can't pronounce it. Medicines Without Frontiers, but in French, who are do fantastic work. So I think she used to raise money for them using the pattern that they give you free to raise, you know, make things to make money for them. So I don't know if I'm going to try. I'm going to carry on and finish making that one, because you donate some, because I bought it. I got it online, but you can make a donation. That's what I did, I think. But they were also at a yarn fair I was at once. They had this huge stand full of patterns, and you could buy patterns from them then, and also make a donation if you wanted. So yeah. Anyway, waffling on. Marion used to make loads of these, and I remember them being absolutely lovely. But now I'm knitting one. I'm not sure that mine's going to be that lovely. I don't know. I'm knitting one of a pair, you know what I mean. Oh, this is one of the project bags that I was hoping that scarf would be in. Oh well. This is the rest of that yarn. You know that, what's it called? The Creative whatever doodah cotton power. So, because you know what I was saying about the old chili lugs, I thought I'd make myself a headband. Now I make headbands for my Etsy shop, and I thought I'll use that same stitch pattern and just make like a headband for myself, like an ear warmer thing. Fella, it's nearly big enough actually. Oh, I don't want to get my needle in my eyeball. It's nearly big enough. Yeah, I reckon I've only got about an inch more to do. Anyway, then I'll have like it as a, as I say, headbandy, ear warmery thing. So it kind of looks like stocking out on the inside. Stocking stitches, not stocking out. I'm not American. Yeah, I made it just wide enough. I think I cast on 25 stitches. Yeah, I think so. And that makes it just wide. And I've done an I-cord, a 3-stitch I-cord on both side edges. And then I'm going to do like, you know, the little turban twist bit for the top. So yeah, that's quite a happy little thing to make. That's no trouble at all. And that will use up a little bit more of that yarn, won't it? I hate wasting yarn. I don't like having yarn that's not used. I'm definitely not throwing yarn away. That's not happening. Oh, another thing that Louise Tilbrook had on her. I'm a bit addicted to her Instagram and Substack. I think the woman talks a lot of sense. Anyway, she put a picture of a colouring book and some crayons. She bought herself some nice crayons to treat herself to a bit of like nicey time. And I thought, well, I've got a colouring book here somewhere. I really fancy that. And I like colouring pencils. So I dug out, oh, this is lovely. Flower Fairies, the Flower Fairies colouring book, published by Penguin. I've had mine for a long time. It was £10. Quite a lot for a colouring book, really, in a way. But it's so pretty. And all I've done is I've coloured in one thing. I've coloured in his little stool brown. Because that's all I wanted to do, was just pick a pencil, a coloured pencil at random, and then just find something in the book, something in this whole book that I could colour in with that colour. So the first brown thing that struck me as being brown, because I could have done that kid's hair as brown, couldn't I? Yeah, was the little fella's stool. But these, oh, I used to love these illustrations when I was a kid. So I think they were just like the most beautiful romantic thing. I mean, I do still think they're really lovely. Look, oh look, oh, aren't they lovely? I love the Flower Fairies. I've got some Flower Fairies books over there as well. Oh look, I'm not going to show you them all, even though it looks very much like I am. So yeah, oh, I can't, I just think that's going to be just a nice gorgeous little thing to do. I haven't got any further with this. What's this? This is that Julie Knits in Paris thing that I can never remember the name of. What's it called? No idea. Oh, the Jenny flower. That one. I'm on the bottom rib, so I've just literally got, I think, am I casting off the rib at the moment? And then I need to do the sleeves, obviously. What am I doing? No, I must be on the last row. Must be on the last row of rib. But it's lace weight, so, you know, it's a commitment. And I don't think it's going to suit me. I don't think it's even going to look nice on when I finish it. But, you know, I've reached the point of no return. I'm not frogging all that. And I certainly couldn't be asked to make another top out of lace weight. So we'll just plough on, and then that might even end up being a donation as well. This is another bag that I'm praying might have that Sophie scarf in at the bottom of. It does not. Damn it. This is my Pidou scarf. And I can't remember who the... Oh, this is the Easy Knitters. I've shown you this before. The Easy Knitters Mohairy stuff. And I can't remember who that one... Might be a Rosie's Moments. I'm not sure. But it's a very dark purple with a lot of silver sparkle in. And I've got a green one of these that I made with black elephant yarn, which is absolutely gorgeous. And even though I keep saying I'm not a purple person, I seem to be making my name purple. But again, if it's not for me, if it turns out to be not for me, I can give it away, can't I? But I love the pattern. And it's so effective when it's done. I don't bother putting the pom-poms on. Or did I? Did I with the last one? I don't know. I just don't know. But that I thought would make nice sort of TV knitting, but I didn't really think it through because it's so dark that, and it's on one of the rows you do a 4-stitch cable, but the stitches that you're moving are the mohair row stitches, so that is a TV disaster. That's not. I found it! Oh my god! Oh, I'm so happy. Right, I'm going to get this packed up and posted this afternoon, and then it's out of my life and out of my worries. This is it. Because I made one, the one that I donated, and I posted a picture of it online, and she said, oh, that's lovely. And she's a crocheter, and she hadn't come across this yarn. So, and she hadn't, obviously, because she doesn't knit, she's crochets, so she hadn't made Sophie scarf. She must be the only yarn person left in the UK who hasn't made a Sophie scarf. God bless her. So I said I'd send her this one and promptly lost it. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I'm going to post that this afternoon. We're going to have to hurry up because I want to post that before it gets dark. It's 3 o'clock already. Dearie me. Dear oh pray. I could run out to post office tomorrow, but my grocery shopping's coming tomorrow as well. It's all go. I'm not someone who likes lots of things happening in one day anymore. I used to, when I lived in London, I used to be dashing around here, there and everywhere and be doing a million and one things at a time. But now, I just really, what I want to do is stay indoors with my cat and drink cups of tea. Oh my God, talking of tea. Have you tried the mince pie tea from Sainsbury's? It's a black tea and it's just delicious. It's so, I was going to save it to start drinking it in December, but I failed in that. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, I can't tell you how lovely it is. I'm going to make myself a cup of that in a minute. This yarn I bought on impulse in a local shop for no reason other than I just needed to buy 2 meters of ribbon and it was a very small purchase. So I thought I need to beef that up a bit. And I was paying cash, but I thought that's a bit of a pathetic spend, isn't it? It's probably, you know, like about £1.19. So I bought a ball of James C. Brett, 100 grams of their double knit. It's literally what it's called. Colour SH10. I hate it when they do that. Why can't they call it something nice? Here we are. It is acrylic. And I know, but it's pretty. And I want the shop to still sell yarn. And they won't if people don't buy it, will they? So that was like £5. And I'm making a really simple triangle shawl. A no fuss garter with a slip stitch edge. Just because I think when your colours are that pretty and you're all fuzzy and snuggly and lovely, you don't need any fanning about. I mean, you may feel differently. That's why I'm a bit icky with those socks that I'm making, because they're lovely colours and mixy colours, but also texture, and I can do one or the other. If I've got too much, if I've got texture and variegated, puts me right off. Although I see other people do it and I think, well, that's worked out really nice. Oh, that's really nice. And then once I start doing it myself, I think, well, I might make a pair like that. And then I cast one and I just, ooh. It gives me the heebie-jeebies somehow. I don't know. Can't explain it. Don't think I'm going to keep those socks, you know, thinking about it. I don't want to be walking around with feet that give me the ick. No one wants that, do they? I mean, feet can give you the ick enough at the best of times, can't they? Right, last thing. Last knitting thing. I've whizzed through all this, haven't I? Do we need to calm down? This is my rocket tea. And her name is the same as mine. She's a Tanis, but she says Tanis, for she is Americano. So she's Tanis Laverlee. Lovely. Oh, I went to the Cecil Beaton exhibition at the weekend. Very nice it was too. Very nice. Oh, it was. There was one bit though that really tickled me. They so they've refurbed it, and the downstairs toilets, which were my go-to freebie toilets in London, are now inclusive toilets, which basically means anyone can go in. There's no gender specification. And it was, oh, it amused me very much. There were two men. There was quite, you know, quite a bit of a queue, but moved decently quickly. But there were two men staggered ahead of me in the queue, and they were pretty astounded at the whole concept of queuing for a wee. I thought, equality, chaps, equality. Right, so this is my rocket tea. Now, you're supposed to do this with like kid silk, but I got this yarn in a charity shop, and it's a mixy. It's Argyle Chameleon. It's a vintage yarn of, it's 50% mohair, 47% acrylic, 2.5, oh, it's 47.5% acrylic and 2.5% nylon. So we are super flammable, but quite happy. So the fuzzy bit is thicker, I think, than in the original pattern, which has a sort of peekaboo see-throughiness. I do not want this. So I haven't done much, as you can see, but I really like my colours. It's just you have to think, you have to concentrate a little bit on when you do your increases. And I made a mistake somewhere as well. I think in one of my increases has went a bit skew with. Yeah, look there. Something happened along here somewhere. There. So I might need to finagle my numbers a bit. And I've not really been in the mood to do that. If I can just fudge it and wing it, I will. Because I don't think this stuff will be much fun to frog. The green is from of a rather marvellous witchy crafty lady. It's her Pole Dark. Is it Pole Dark? Polworth. Probably not Pole Dark, is it? Anyways, it's mucho affordability. I don't know how she manages to do it at that price, but that's not really my business, is it? But she is rather marvellous, and so is her yarn. I don't often see her at yarn shows because I'm very much down south and she's more Midlands and above, I think. But she was at she does go to the Southern Wool Show, which I think this is going to be controversial. It's Newbury, which is Reading, which to my mind is pretty much the Midlands. So it makes sense to me that she comes down to that, because in my head that's not really coming south. I know you're going to sound wrong, but I don't feel I'm wrong. If I don't feel I'm wrong, then I'm not wrong, am I? Right, I've finished reading. I think I might have shown you that last time. I was reading no, not Invisible. Oh, I'm such a spanner. Visible Man, the Edward Enninful autobiography. I finished with the knitting now, by the way. If you're not interested in hearing what I've been reading, then feel free, naff off. Have a lovely time. It was nice of you to join me. But yeah, Visible Man by Edward Enninful, who used to be the editor of British Vogue, and now he's like kind of like a kind of either European-wide or worldwide creative director. Anyway, whatever it is, he's still something very fancy in high-end fashion publications, and he's a stylist and stuff, and he's pretty amazing actually. He came from really normal, like average background, and became this like superstar talent. But I mean, he worked. He didn't just fall in his lap. He like worked like you wouldn't believe, and achieved great things, and I wish all the best for him. He comes across, I don't usually like reading biographies or autobiographies, because then I end up really not liking the person who I previously liked. See Claire Balding. Oh, but I couldn't like him more now. I think he's lovely, and I very much admire his talents and his unbelievable work ethic. And he's always had health problems and stuff that's all like really scary. But yeah, I really recommend it. It's a great book, especially if you like a kind of like, I don't want to say rags to riches, because I think that's a bit patronising, but he's someone who doesn't forget. It's not like he's made this great leap in his career and his life and gone, right, now I'm Mr. Fancy and see ya. He still kind of champions people. His kind of thing, his stylistic thing is representing people fairly, and inclusivity, and also he really likes street style. So that's you know all of that come when you say street style, you mean working class style. how working class people use creativity to achieve a fashion look without being able to just walk into, you know, Browns or Harvey Nicks and just buy it. Anyway, loved that, really good. At the other end of the spectrum, I read The Nightingale by, I can't remember her name, but it doesn't matter because it was so bad. That was my digital readers book group. We had the meeting about it last night. I thought I'd be the only person who hated it, but actually most people didn't like it. It was very schmaltzy. Maybe if you like kind of Maeve Binchy kind of books, you might like it. It was all set in France, but it was very Americanized, very, very Americanized. I mean, in a way that it jarred, like it just sort of I don't like it when something sort of takes you out of the story and makes you go, no, that's not right. Like, I don't think that French women in the 1930s and 40s used American cup measurements for baking. I mean, no one still does that apart from Americans, do they? No. Anyway, so that was crap. I don't recommend that at all. And I didn't even finish it. I was listening to the audiobook and I only listened up to, as much as I could bear, up to the group. And then if anyone had said, it's got this amazing finish and it's like amazing, no, you have to stick with it. But no one did. So I ditched that as soon as I could. And I don't regret it because it was rubbish. And at the moment, I'm reading classic Emma. We've just got to a bit. I'm not going to say spoiler alert because it's ridiculous. There's been so many film adaptations of it. I'm right up near the end now. I'm in the last 100 pages. We know Frank Churchill is engaged to Jane Fairfax. I think of this as the piano one because it's the piano, mystery piano turning up that's the that I think is like the kind of pivot point on it. Yeah, and Spanner. Emma has realised she's in love with Mr. Knightley, but poor old Harriet also thinks she's in love with Mr. Knightley, but we know at the end she ends up with what's his name, Mr. Martin, the farmer, who she ends up being very happy with. So I'm not too worried about that sort of thing. But Emma's going through agonies at the moment. I love that book. I really love that book. I was supposed to go and see it at the theatre, but personal things happened and I couldn't go. But never, ever mind. Everything turns out okay in the end, doesn't it? So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I've got to pack up that order because those 3 cotton snoods are all sold. So they've got to pack off. They've got to be packed up and sent off. I've just sold another one that I need to make. That's another custom order. And I want to pack up that. Where is it? Oh no, where is it? Look, we know it's here. Pack up that scarf and send it off to Anne-Marie. I need to crack on. So do you probably. Oh, we've gone on for ages. I shall see you again soon. Ciao.